ready?
I'm so ready.
Spring runway.
Thrifting extravaganza.
It's like having two people.
Yes, it is like...
It's exactly like that.
It's exactly... Wow, that's ridiculous.
Fine so far.
I feel like you just need both.
Hello, welcome back to the BJONESSTYLE channel. I'm so excited because it is time to kick off spring for the Spring Runways edition. Today we are going to get inspired by the Spring Runways. We're gonna soak it all up, and then we're gonna hit the thrift stores and start the collecting. Maddie's even coming along today. I'm so excited. We're gonna share all of the finds, all the behind the scenes of the closet collecting for spring. And there's a really fun little twist on the Spring Runway, so stay tuned for that. First, I want to introduce you to our partner for today's video. I've teamed up with Cometeer for the Spring Runways edition. I love to treat myself, and one of the ways I love to do that is with coffee. It seriously is one of the joys, the little joys of life for me. Cometeer is 100% brewed coffee, barista quality, that is flash frozen at its peak flavor, and then it's put into this cute little aluminum capsule. And the way you make it is melting. It's actually the first coffee that you melt to make it. You can make iced coffees, you can make hot coffee, you can make a latte. I am in love with these coffees. They are seriously to die for in their flavor. And I didn't know I needed like this added dose of flavor in my life. And I am serious about that. The way that Cometeer is packaged, it comes in single serving aluminum capsules with a frozen puck of coffee that you can make really whatever you want to create from the capsule. And Cometeer works with some of the best coffee roasters in the game. Their flavors are all delicious. So I've been using it to make my hot coffee in the morning, and then in the afternoon I've been using it to make an iced coffee. With a hot coffee, all you have to do is grab out that frozen capsule puck, run it under some water for like 10 to 15 seconds, dump it in your cup, and then pour hot water over it. Add a little bit of your favorite non-dairy cream or whatever you like to sweeten it up. And it's seriously so incredibly delicious. And if I have to pick a favorite, I think I would say that afternoon iced coffee is just something that checks the box for me. And it's so easy. All you do is grab a glass, ice, throw 6 to 8 ounces of water in there, and then again dump that capsule of coffee inside, stir it up, and it's seriously so good. So how it works is you sign up for monthly shipments and you get a variety of different coffees from different roasters. Every single one I've tried has been incredible. Throw them in your freezer, and then you've got all those options for however you want to make your coffee and treat yourself. It's the best tasting coffee, and it's become my new ritual. I can style it how I want it. And if you want to try out Cometeer, you can get $20 off your first purchase plus free shipping. Just use the link down in my description box and get Cometeer straight to your door and treat yourself. Hello. Welcome to my studio and my research day. I thought it would be fun to just bring you into this process and let you soak up all the inspiration at the same time that I am, just to get us excited, our brains buzzing for spring. With trends, it's not that we have to follow all the trends. For me, it's just about kind of bringing new and fun ideas into my mind and just kind of, I don't know, having a pulse on things. I love the direction that it gives when I am thrifting, just because sometimes, you know, the thrift store can be overwhelming. There can be so much. And so just even like colors to kind of keep your eye out for and just find a lot of what you love. And then if you want to interpret it through the trends, you can do that. But first, I said there was going to be a fun twist to our spring trends. And this is where, for me, the kind of magic sauce comes in. Last year I did characters based off the trends, and instead of doing characters this year, I thought, let's take all the spring trends and give them a Carrie Bradshaw twist. At the end of the day, Carrie is probably my #1 inspiration for getting dressed. I feel like she has such a whimsical way of dressing, and it isn't necessarily attached to a trend or an idea. I feel like she plays with so many different ideas in her outfits. And when I say she, I mean Pat Field, and I also mean Molly Rogers and Danny Santiago, who did the new show And Just Like That, which I really loved all the styling. I felt like they used so much vintage in the new show, and so it's fun to see them interpret Carrie now. And so I thought, why not take my ultimate inspiration and mash together my ultimate inspiration and the spring trends to marry them and make some really great outfit ideas and give me some direction when I go thrifting today. So what we're going to do is just dive in to some of the trends that I am really loving. Again, not every trend appeals to me, but these are the ones that I kind of have my eye out for and that I've made notes on that get me excited, and then also thinking about Carrie Bradshaw and how she might wear those trends. So first of all, one of the things that I've been seeing a lot, and one of the trends that popped up, is the idea of really bold, loud stripes, and often more of the vertical stripe or asymmetric stripe, not like the sailor stripe, which I love. I love a bold stripe. I will say those are not always easy to find, but I think also thinking of searching, you know, using the Gem app, which is a great app that kind of helps sort through all of the online vintage sites, and you can search bold stripe shirt, bold stripe dress, bold stripe skirt. So I'm really loving the bold stripes. I can definitely see Carrie rocking some bold stripes, and so that is on my radar as I start to shop for spring. And then I always love to tune into colors, and there was definitely a lot of the idea described as sunrise to sunset. So those really great oranges, pinks, tangerine, lime, just almost thinking of like how a sunset goes, and just all of those amazing colors in solids worn together in some color blocking, and just really fun, bright clothing, which I'm so excited about. The Y2K trend was everywhere for spring, and so even using the Carrie Bradshaw references, there's so much Y2K involved. And one of the ones that I thought is kind of a fun trend is this idea of disco utility, so that a little bit glam utility. So if it's camo mixed with some metallic or sequins, almost mashing together 70s and then a cool downtown cargo pant or something. And I feel like Carrie Bradshaw totally did this. I feel like she loved kind of mixing in glam with some maybe unexpected pieces, like a cargo pant, something casual with something glam. There's a trend which I've seen called time travel, and then also this idea of bride vibes, which the idea is just really glamorous, almost historic pieces, and then kind of like a crazy cool interpretation for now. So taking the 18th, 19th century and then letting it inspire something that feels modern and fresh, which is really fun because I've been soaking up all of those retro revival inspirations, and it feels similar to that. But I would say a little bit more in this like bridal way. There's a lot of white, a lot of volume and tulle and drama. It feels like you could have traveled back in time, but there's maybe a futuristic element to it. So I love that It's so much fantasy and playing and fun. And I'm really excited to kind of take that trend and think about, you know, how would Carrie wear that now? And then something else that was really big is what's being called the Laurel Canyon Kids. So some of that like psychedelic prints from the 60s, a little bit of the hippie, really bright, like I mentioned, the sunset hues, and then crochet. This is so much fun because this really is just mixing tons of colors, prints, textures, and I feel like there's definitely hints of like hippie bohemian, and I feel like Carrie often wore pieces that had that element to it if it was crochet or really great prints. So a funny trend that I don't necessarily think is like the everyday is this idea of the cat suit, which is just, I like to call it a unitard. And I have funny enough, I have a few. One is crazy and has some like gold embellishments and cutouts to it. And so I think this could be a really fun trend for more of a like going out, and then you throw like a really great blazer over it. You could do a trench coat, you could do, you know, boots, and maybe layer something sheer over top the cat suit. And I don't know, I haven't seen Carrie wear a cat suit fully. Ooh, actually, she did wear, she was working out in those blue unitard, and then she did a big chunky sweater over it with a belt, I think, and all of that. So I kind of like that idea as well, like layering over the cat suit. But I think that could be a fun trend to play with. Definitely not one that you're going to be able to find like every time you go to a thrift store or vintage store, but it's just something fun to keep in mind. A huge trend that was all over the spring runways was the idea of, you know, midriffs, crop tops, all of that worn with low and high. I love on Miriam Nasser's a day, she did like a belt over the skin, which, hello, I feel like Carrie was the original of that. I think of her in that skirt, and then she had on like the pink top tied over, looked like a bralette or something, and then she had a belt on her skin. So she was always rocking the midriff, and so this is definitely very on trend now, and also referencing the Carrie inspiration. And then something else that really caught my eye for spring is this idea of a lot of black and white. So black and white prints, black and white polka dots, really graphic black and white, and then even some fun pops of color mixed in. So like Tory Burch did this corset style dress. It was like corset green, but then black and white stripes all throughout. I love that so much. It also makes me think of, oh my gosh. Well, it makes me think of Cruella, but also it makes me think of Moira Rose. Hello. I feel like I referenced her a ton, and then all of a sudden she left my brain. Anyway, so there's a lot of that black and white, which I think is so much fun. And it is funny because often I'm more drawn to color or prints, but there is so much power in combining black and white and then like one big bold color mixed in. So I love the idea of playing with that. And whenever I've done black and white, it's like, oh yeah, this is so great. I really like this idea. Again, there's a ton of this idea of varsity team or utility pants, cargo pants, track jackets, the athleisure, but I kind of see this a little more dressed up. And if you think about the Carrie Bradshaw inspiration, it's taking those utility pants, throwing on some heels, you know, maybe throwing on like a sequin top, and then like a cool track jacket or something. So that'll be a lot of fun to play with. And then a big trend, and it's called big pants. And I feel like I'm already on this train, and that is just so much like trousers with volume. So if that's really wide legs, or if that's more balloon shaped and cinched at the waist, or if that's more slouchy and low, I'm just loving anything with drama, volume, texture, color, all of that right now. I'm already on board. And then just little things that kind of popped up when I was doing some of the research, and just fun things to keep in mind. The Canadian tuxedo, which I feel like was big in the early 2000s as well, that Y2K time, thinking Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, and that was taking, you know, denim on denim and wearing them. And then if you go back and watch, I did a styling on the fly, and I worked with the edit advisory. They have their app Creative, which takes all of the trends and helps bring them together for you, so there's just one source. I styled up a denim look in collaboration with them for styling on the fly, and you'll have to go back and watch it, and I'll put up a little thing right here because it turned out really fun. I took a denim jacket and made it more into like a top, and then wore it with really wide leg dramatic denim. And so I'm liking this idea of taking denim and up leveling it into more of like a full look instead of just casual mode. So I love that. And then, I mean, this has been going on forever. The corset craze, I feel like there's just corsets everywhere. I've been massively embracing those because of all of the retro revival inspiration that I was into. So more corsets, that's a fun one to look for at thrift stores in the lingerie department, or, you know, vintage stores for sure. We're seeing a lot of headscarves, which I love that, and Carrie was known for the headscarf. I honestly feel like so many of these trends, it's almost like you could reference what was happening on the show and then pull these trends. Like, it's very much a match made in heaven. And just overall, I feel like there's so much just fun maximalist dressing. Lots of colors, lots of prints, lots of volume, drama, but just wearing lots of crazy fun outfits that make you excited to go out into your day. So I'm loving that there's just an embrace of always playing dress up. And then just to reference, if you're kind of, I feel like cottagecore was really big last spring. It's kind of being called more prairie core this spring. So there's a little bit more of a Western twist to it, or even if you think about some of the shows that are out right now with Yellowstone, just some of those oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, prairie core or pioneer vibes. So some of that, it's like taking a little twist on the cottagecore and adding some of the Western prairie magic into the mix. And I feel like some of Carrie's looks with going to the Hamptons could go back to some of that inspiration as well. So I love that idea. Okay, Maddie, you ready?
I'm so ready.
Spring runway.
Thrifting extravaganza.
Thrifting extravaganza. Our normal process is usually going and driving through to get a coffee, but I'm gonna make you one today.
I'm so excited.
So, do you want to do iced coffee or hot coffee?
I think I want an iced coffee this morning.
Iced coffee, okay, cool. Do you have all your spring trend report book?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Cool. We're gonna take that with us. Did I tell you we're doing a Carrie Bradshaw spin?
I didn't know if I was allowed to say yet.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm
so
very
we're gonna do
excited.
A Carrie Bradshaw spin on all of the spring runways, which I just feel like is how I dress anyway. But I think how we're gonna approach it is we'll thrift. You know, I'll look for some of the spring runway things that I saw, the trends, and then kind of think about how would Carrie wear that. Honestly, I think sometimes it's about like the added accessories too.
I was just gonna say that because I feel like Carrie Bradshaw, all of her accessories were her trademark pieces.
Totally, it's like the brooch and the belts and the belt
floral
bags.
pen and the, yes.
18 South Bristol in the city of Santa Ana. For store hours, please press 1.
This has been
For
closed, one of my
information
favorite
on donating
locations,
music,
so I'm trying to find out if it's
please press
open.
2. For contact information for our administrative office. I did not recognize that as a
Oopsies.
valid.
Should we risk it and just go? Oh wait, till February. I think it's open, right? Closed till February. They close on January, turn their opening next door. Should we, I feel like we should try.
Let's chance it.
Okay, so we're gonna go to 2 of my Goodwills today, and then if we have time, we'll let the road take us where it leads, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're at the first store. This is a Goodwill that's been closed and now it's open again. So I'm excited to go in here and see if we can find anything. Maddie, are we gonna like tag team? Yeah, tag team.
Yeah, I feel like normally I start on one end of the rack, you'll start on the other, and then we'll figure it out.
I love it. It's like having two people.
Yes, it is like...
It's exactly like that.
It's exactly like
you
that.
have two people. Okay, let's go look for those spring runway trends with a little Carrie Bradshaw twist.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Decide what section to start in. Maybe just dresses. I always feel like that's a good spot to start. Found this 3 people knit dress, which knit was huge, and I think referencing a lot of the 60s Laurel Canyon trend, which is that psychedelic, but then mixed in with more of that like knits and crochet and all of that. And of course, I feel like Carrie always did some body hugging, so I love that idea as well for her.
Well, do you like it?
I don't know. I
I don't know if I like it either.
Well, let's just show it. I think that's the process, right? Okay, one little note here. Okay, I'm really loving the overall dress idea right now. I don't actually like this whole thing.
Right.
But what I like about it is maybe getting it for the top and like chopping it and it's a layer. I'm really having fun with experimenting with layers. I don't know. I feel like this has potential. Chop it up, deconstruct it a little bit, and wear it almost as like a corset top.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
like a corset.
I like that
Done and
idea.
done.
Okay.
So I found this. I don't really know if I like it or not, but it's crazy and it's big and it's sheer. So
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe Beth can make it kind of cool.
Definitely like the wild colors are super in, and even has some of that hippie.
I'm getting like when Carrie goes to the Hamptons
Or even
something
LA.
like that.
Or even
That
LA,
kinda
yes,
looks like
exactly.
LA. So I found multiples of this, and these are actually Knott's Berry Farm uniforms that probably someone in the Knott's Berry Farm amusement park wears. Which is perfect because one of the trends that I noticed for spring is, I think they're calling it prairie core or pioneer dressing. So these are pioneer style dresses. I think this has potential. Catsuit moment. This is a vintage ski suit. I really love it. The only problem with this is that it probably makes you very warm. It's assuming it's cold outside. I really love it. I also really love this, what is that called? More bib style, I think. So, I don't know. This is fun. I feel like this has potential to be a fun piece. I found like a 1970s set, which is really cute. Little skirt set suit, which I saw a lot of sets for spring. I love a set too because you can break them apart. In the cart it goes.
So I found this Zara dress and it's really interesting. It's kind of like giving that crochet vibe, and so then Beth and I were like, well, what if we were to cut out the lining and it's just sheer? So
I like the idea of wearing that, even just cutting the lining out the bottom, leaving the bodice in the top, and then wearing it over pants. Some of those wide leg drapey pants right now. That's a fun idea. So there is a lot of utility worked into the styling, and even some of the, it's not so much athleisure, but using some of that styling from athleisure and mixing it in. And I found this 90s dress that's really great. It's got like a drawstring detail at the top, but what I really like here is the back. You can kind of see the what am I trying to say? What is this?
What am I
the
trying
crisscross.
The drawstring. Oh my gosh. Goes crisscross there at the back, which I love that detail. It definitely has more of that 90s minimalist feel to it, but I really love that.
So I found this maxi dress, and I
good.
love the like crimping of it too. It's really interesting.
And it's like a sea foam.
Yeah,
green.
it's really pretty and with like an open back. So I feel like this obviously fits into the like early 2000s type of thing. And then also Carrie always wore her.
And always my telltale is the tag, which you can totally tell that's that Y2K tag, Rhapsody.
Rhapsody
Rhapsody
USA.
USA. We were always in for some PJ dressing. And Maddie just found the best PJs.
I just found Beth some, I want to say these are men's.
Club
right?
room.
Club room, a PJ set, so it's really cool. And I really like the buttons too. It reminds me of like men's boxers, so yeah.
It's time for all the colors, and look what I just found. Oh my goodness, leather blazer, and like a really fun, would you call this teal, Maddie? I don't know, what color is this? Aqua, almost, under the sea. Maddie, look.
It fits perfectly.
Oh my gosh.
Leather?
Yes. Leather. Feel it, baby.
Are you kidding?
I
It's so
know,
worn in
so
too.
good.
It's like perfect.
And like the kind of the back.
Oh yeah.
details, too.
Oh yeah.
And the pockets.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Fine so far. Ooh, that's really cool.
I don't think technically it would be for
I love it though. For you or for me, I'm fine either way.
Oh no, for you.
Okay, so I found this really amazing vintage jacket that is like retro revivals to the max. It's too small though. And it's also not in the best condition, but it's gorgeous. Here, I feel like you have to show that. I feel like it's really cool. What do I say about it? Just that it's cool. Well, this is,
I like this.
it's definitely more wintry.
Yeah, it definitely is. But I love this. Like
Yes.
that's crazy. It feels like a collar.
And then it's got like a great waist, and then it kind of billows out. All
Like
knit.
I look like with your tall boots.
I need.
Yep, that's what I. With her new.
We'll show you those later.
With her new boots.
Stripes moment, silk blazer. Love that. Carrie was known for her silk blazers later in the movie season. I feel like also in the new show. I kind of am digging this. Maddie, look at this.
Oh yeah.
Like bold stripes, silk.
Hitting 2 of the runway.
Disco utility. Also, I'm thinking Carrie always is wearing the glam, the sequins. Okay. 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 Maddie, come show your piece. It's really cool.
Is it?
It's actually
On?
it's so freaking cool.
I kind of want to start dressing like a guy. I don't know.
I really like that on you.
Yeah. Is it good? Yes. I don't have it. I need to see
With like a
full.
little croppy crop,
Cute.
a little pleat, like a micro mini. The sport comes through again. They look a little small, but striped, high waist, little chino style pants. I love the extra waistband there with the V. And they're more of a cropped length, so those could be really fun.
So I love this striped sweater. I also love that it. I also love that it's kind of like a turtleneck. Is this like a turtleneck? It's like
Yes,
a half
a mock.
turtleneck. Mock.
Mock turtleneck?
Mock turtleneck. Yeah, I don't know.
Amazing.
But it's really nice and it feels good too. Like it feels like high quality.
Oh, here.
Oh.
LA
Fort?
LaFort?
LaFort.
This is
So, yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm
I feel like
really,
that's a
really
good
digging
spring
that.
transition sweater.
Perfect. Look at this idea. Stripe on stripe, mixing of prints. I found a very cool top that is making me feel all of that time travel bride vibes. It looks like a designer piece. It's Emma Pearl Paris. It's got this really cool collar, gold buttons down the front. It's more of a fitted, corseted top, more dramatic cuffs, and then the collar's like amazing, sitting off the shoulder a little bit like that. I really love this. of those bridal vibes. Laurel Canyon, also some of the Pioneer trend. I love this. This is vintage Wrangler. It has really great embroidery stitching in it. So cute. I feel like Carrie would wear that. Maybe she has like a bralette. She has it open. She wears it with like a big skirt, a fun belt, heels. That color is so cute. I mean, what? We just found this really cool. It did, at first I thought maybe this is a costume for a pirate, but it's not. This is a skirt. Has the corset waist, which I love, and it's the bold stripe. I'm in love. This is also so Carrie, even with the sequin that I'm wearing right now. In the morning, baby. Okay, I found this pleated skirt. Very cute. I love all the bold colors of this, and I feel like you can make this springy, especially the transition into the summer, spring, when it's still a little chilly. So this is definitely not springish, but it does feel a little bit like the Pioneer story. I love the details. It's brown velvet. Look at the waist though. Can you see the detail? It's more of that pointed corset waist. It's just so fun. We have piled up the cart. I always like to go through and sift through everything to kind of see where I am. I even segment it out into different categories like skirts, tops, all of that. And then I do feel like once you start finding things, other things become your nose just because you find more awesome things. So I cannot try all this on. I have to sift through it. So this has to be a yes because I've just been walking around the store in it. Like, it's so cool.
It's such a moment.
It's the Disco Utility. It's Carrie Bradshaw. It's Beth Jones.
It's all the extraness, baby.
You need the layers for spring. This is amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
Can't believe that's leather.
I know. Look at the back.
Yeah, the back is crazy.
And to find a colored leather piece these days, I just feel like you do not find them, and a very wearable leather piece too.
Right.
I feel like leather can sometimes feel very constricting or heavy. And I normally wouldn't be drawn to, like if this was a top, I might not want it as a top, but this color in leather,
Chef's kiss, baby.
I really love this. I love, like, I've been wanting to get more silk blazers too, and the fact that it's also a bold color, bold stripes, very on trend. Really, really fun. I mean, honestly, I might even wear this outfit today. These are Liz Sport too. Again, loving the corset waist. It's got the stripe on it.
And kind of like balloony, huh?
Yes, they're more of that volume. I really like these.
Yeah, me too.
Really fun. Very cute. I feel like this really can work for spring too because of all the colors.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
reminds me a little bit of like Coach. Their runway
Yes.
shows. Like there's always a little schoolgirl element, but
Absolutely.
there's some, like, cool utility mixed in, or like chunky boots and hats. And
Definitely.
stuff. Yeah. Really
Love
cute.
it.
I don't have any pleated skirt in this color, so reminds me of Carrie in Paris. Something that she would have worn during that era. So gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
I love this extra wide.
Yeah, me too.
And then it makes this kind of billowy and dramatic.
Well, I like that it's almost like, it's like low rise
Yes.
without it being
Yes.
low rise.
And then even the seams right here create that extra like corseting
Oh,
style.
it's so good. And stripes, like, okay.
This is such a good find.
Yeah, that's really good.
Completely the Pioneer look, but just too small at the waist. But this is so cool. I love it. Okay, so this amazing top, totally the time travel bride story. Also very Carrie. It's a little bit big, which I don't mind wearing it like this, but it's so good that I think I would actually take this to my tailor. It have it really cinch in. And then like put a little brooch right there.
So cute. Yes, love it.
The vintage Wrangler, obsessed. Love the embroidery on it. It's also on the back too.
Oh my gosh.
So good. And then the dagger collar.
Like it's definitely giving the 60s retro
it's
revival.
That Laurel Canyon trend that was everywhere.
So
With some
good.
of that Western magic. Yes. The bold stripe trend, but also I love that it's neutrals. It's the knit, which was everywhere as well. And then just some of these little bell sleeves are really incredible.
It's so good.
Yeah, it really is. It's a very unique piece. Great piece. Like super simple.
It's so easy breezy, but
Yeah.
like still makes a statement.
I like the dolman sleeves too. It creates like some cool shape to it.
I love.
Yes, love it.
I love.
I tried everything on. We popped over into the shoes. These look very Gucci. I kind of want to try them on and see. I didn't make that many cuts, right? I feel like I'm getting a lot. And I honestly can't believe how much I found here. I feel like let's go to the last store and do more of a dash
Yes.
and scan, just if there's a gem.
Yeah.
A gem in the mix.
Beautiful.
But otherwise,
What are
fun.
those?
the denim was
Yeah,
everywhere.
I love
Okay,
that.
I feel like I need to try both of these on real quick. I really am loving these too. Very fun. I was distracted by everything coming up. Such a good day. That was insane. What was your favorite find of mine?
Of yours?
Yeah.
I think that sweater dress.
Ooh,
The cream one, I feel like it's just such a good staple piece, but it also makes a statement, you know?
Yes. I think, oh gosh. That red and black striped skirt is
Oh, yeah.
insane. I love the sequin jacket, and I love that leather, blue leather, aqua leather. So many good
Crazy.
finds. If this was a typical day, I would say we're good.
Right.
I feel like
But it's the spring runway edition. So
Spring
it's time to hit
runway.
another one. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Our last and final location, and I am just seeing this as a scan, a run-through scan, which sometimes those are the best, because sometimes that's where I find the most gems. Like, this is very Y2K. I probably will pass on it, but I like that it's like the sheer piece that you can work with too.
I love
Do you like this for you? We're hitting the sweater Y2K.
Oh, yeah.
It's all those knits from the early 2000s, but this one has such interesting details, which is everything I'm loving right now, like the asymmetric.
Yeah, that's so
the cool
good.
neck, then these really great sleeves, and then it even has like a wrap. Look at that, like
Yeah.
detail. I'm
Down.
really loving that.
Down with it. I know.
I like that one.
I was
you know?
thinking that too. It's just that length is so odd for me. It's hard to work with, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's also the one piece that I would just wear. I mean, I really just like wearing this stuff around the house.
Right.
And I think then just to have the option of layering with this.
Yeah.
Too.
So look at the Escada top I just found for Beth.
Look at the sleeves.
Are you
Very,
kidding?
Is it the balloons? No.
Yeah, kind of. Well,
Kind of. And then it comes together, so dramatic. And
Who
then look at
knows?
the little detail here. Like this really cool little pocket.
oh, I didn't even see that. Like
feel like-
60s retro revival for sure.
And then the ties
Oh my.
with with this.
Have a
So
full-blown like
great.
masculine menswear moment, you know?
I also love just a soft cotton shirt. I feel like I have so many fancy shirts, like silks and stuff like that. So to have more of those comfortable pieces. Oh, I love it. Maddie found it. Thanks, Maddie. See, I do feel like sometimes when you're just scanning, you find some really fun things. This is really interesting. I need to see it on, but I love it's like corset waist. It's got the flutter sleeves, which is really fun. It's got some shoulder plaids, and then it's got like a little peplum detail. And then look at the back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So fun.
It's try-on time.
Thank you. This is for the safety of
Should have found this dress here.
other customers and
Oh
our
my God.
goodwill team.
Full circle.
Yep.
I love it.
It's really fun.
I think layered over like a very voluminous skirt, that'd be really fun.
Ooh, yeah, like my black lace skirt. That would be really cute.
With some tulle underneath.
Yes. I'm collecting a lot of those like men's shirts lately, and I'm wearing them a lot. And
Yeah.
This one has some of the fun details that Escada always has. Like, look at these great sleeves, even a little bit of scallop right there.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just
Yeah, they're good with the details, huh?
put my tie on.
Mhm.
Just a good slip. I like it. I just feel like having slips in the closet is fun. And this one is such a great color.
Yeah.
It's very bold. And I actually really like the lines and all the lace detail.
Oh
It's
yeah.
all the retro revivals right here. in
100%.
one sweater. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's so good.
Like,
That's
it's what I've
ridiculous.
been doing with clothes, like deconstructing them.
Yeah.
It's like it did it for me. And then it added all these like great embellishments with the tassels, the buttons here.
Yeah. Coming home with you.
And it really is more of a spring sweater too, which I really like. It's really soft and thinner. It's a great layering piece. Oh, yes. It's so fun too.
I feel like you just need both.
I thought I was just gonna get one, but so I think these must be the same. Or from the same closet, right? I love these details here. A lot
Like,
of
what
times,
are these buttons too?
I don't know,
You
yeah.
see that?
and I feel like a lot of times I don't like this length, but I think because of these details,
Mhm.
it creates a waist.
Yeah, totally.
It makes it like purposefully cinching. Very cute. Do I get both sweaters is the question. I mean,
Yes.
I'm getting this one. Holy moly. Have you been on camera?
I don't.
You've been here the whole time.
I've been here the whole time. Hi, you guys.
That was a magical day.
That really was.
And I haven't had one of those in
In a while. In a while.
Yeah. I think we were brought some magic by the magic coffee.
By the magic coffee, yes, 100%.
And Maddie has become obsessed.
I really have. I told her I need some more. I'm definitely ordering some, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh, so good. So just a reminder, I just want to thank Commenteer one more time for being the partner to today's video while I was thrifting the spring runways. Don't forget to click the link down below to get $20 off your first order plus free shipping and get some of this goodness into your fridge.
It's so good.
So good. I've got all the inspiration now. I've got all of the finds. I've got my Carrie Bradshaw mind going. Tune in next week because I am now going to style up a lot of these finds and give it the Carrie Bradshaw twist. So stay tuned for that next week. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel. I have new videos on Thursdays. And finally, I just want to say...
Wait, I want to join.
Oh, duh.
I want to join.
And finally, I just want to say, always play dress up. Bye!